Golfing World recently travelled to Champions Tour Q School to see just how fierce the competition really is. Among the 50-somethings in contention was one of America's top short game coaches. Meet Stan Utley.
As a young person, I really was in love with basketball, and that for sure did not work out because I was not fast, couldn't jump, and that kind of led into my golf game. I don't hit it far either. So I do have good touch, and I had great instruction, and so for me to compete, I had to have a great short game, and I took what my talent was and then the instruction I got, and I worked hard, and that's the way I was able to compete for as long as I did as a pro. And then I got into teaching really by the fact that as we live this life and you play with your peers and your buddies, we're always helping each other, and guys would ask me to watch them or ask me what I did, and I ended up teaching a lot as a player, and that just kind of evolved into an instructional career for me.
With 7 professional wins and experience playing on the PGA Tour, Utley knows what it takes at the highest level. So why a career in teaching?
You know, it's really a rush to get to help people with their game, and so many people are passionate about golf, and as an instructor, and all of us who teach golf, you know, I think the fun part is that, you know, we work hard to know our craft, but when you get to relate what you know to somebody who's struggling and they get better at golf and they enjoy the game more, that's a great feeling on the inside, and I love that. And as I moved from kind of player to teacher, I think I realized pretty quick I was better on the teaching side than I was on the playing side.
So does he have any top tips for us amateur golfers on how we could make improvements to our game?
The thing I would have people do, particularly if they're chipping, is one, just try to set up with your body pretty level. People get in trouble when their spine leans way too far to the right. And then I like to make my shots having a little bit of turn with my body and trying to keep the handle pretty quiet. Probably the biggest mistake I see is people accelerate the grip. And so the grip is not the end that hits it. So if you're accelerating the grip, the club head's actually slowing down often. So if you can just turn your body and keep the grip quiet, the club head will come by where it's supposed to.
With just the top 5 in Q School gaining cards and the top 30 pre-qualifying invites, the Champions Tour is tough to get onto.
I simply still love to compete, and I'm not chasing this tour as a career. I'm solid and enjoy my teaching career. I would still love to play a handful of events a year. Playing this qualifying would give me the chance to pick and choose which few tournaments I want to play. Without an exemption, I can't really afford to take off from my teaching career to go Monday qualify and take off a week just to try on a Monday. So I entered tour school feeling good about my game and really just looking to help myself get in a few tournaments and build my schedule.
Utley missed out by 1 stroke, but at least his students will have more of his time next year.